Hello.
How is Saka?
He's not looking good. He's going to be out for many weeks.
Many being how many?
Many. I cannot be too specific because I don't know, but it will be many weeks.
How big a blow is that for you?
Yeah, it's a huge one. Obviously, it's a big player for us. You just have to see the impact that he's got on the team. But it's going to go a really good exercise for all of us to think about ways to overcome another challenge because we already have a lot in the season.
And how is Raheem Sterling?
He's going to be out for weeks, I believe. He needs some further testing tomorrow to understand the extent of the injury. It's his knee, and we have to wait and see another 24 hours. But unfortunately, he's going to be out for a while, yeah.
So that's two right wingers.
Yeah.
Do you feel you've got enough cover in the squad for those losses, or could this affect your thinking in January?
We have to look internally what we have and be creative, do a very good exercise again. How can we mold the squad? How can we adapt to the circumstances and be different? We cannot pretend to be the same. We're going to have to be different and trying to find the best way to do it and be very competitive and win a lot of games.
So you won't sign a right midfield in January?
I don't know. My intention right now is to, within the team, what we have, get the best out of that. What is outside is not in our control.
Finally, for me, it comes at a time as Gabriel Jesus finds form, very timely. Can he now fill that void that's left in terms of goals and assists by Saka?
Well, he's certainly done that the last two games. He's not going to be just in isolation a player. And the way we've done it has been collectively, and we've been very strong the last few years, scoring a lot of goals from various players and sharing their responsibility across the team. Thank you.
We'll go to Soraya from the Premier League.
Hello.
We've spoken about Declan Rice before when he said his best position is a 6, but he gets so excited playing as an 8. He scored 19 GA in 53 Arsenal Premier League games, which is incredible for a DM. And, you know, he's against Palace, he comes on, assist, goal. We can see he's got that confidence when he plays left as an 8. Do you want him to have a clear 6-8 role in the squad, or do you like the fact he's more fluid and you want to encourage that?
With the squad that we have, he needs to be versatile. With the qualities that he has, versatile. With the brain that he has, versatile. With the age that he has, versatile. Because he can offer so much in relation to the opponent, in relation to the needs in the squad. And I think put him just in a box, Declan, in my opinion, it doesn't work. No, because depends. So he's going to play as a 6 against a low block in relation to what the 9 does. It stays with him or go with the centre back. He's going to have one role. Against a team that presses high and the 10 is marking him, he will have another role. So it depends a lot as well on the behavior of the opponent.
And we've seen, obviously, Arsenal, it's like a family. All the players say this, the morale's high when we see behind the scenes. How important to you is like the emotional intelligence aspect of your man management, knowing when to praise, knowing when to be tough? I don't think it's mentioned that much in football in comparison to the tactics.
Yeah, that's a great point. And when I talked about the priorities the other day in my 5 years here and the way they've been shifted, probably they've been shifted to what you just mentioned, because we realized that the first thing is the human being, then, okay, that energy, that emotion, how the team is feeling about it, and just always drifting that temperature to make sure it's the right one for the event that we just have in front of us.
And we've seen flashes of brilliance from promoted Ipswich, despite their poor run of results. What do you make of Kieran McKenna's team, their style of play, and how do you think they can impact you?
Very impressed. I always like Kieran. I have a lot of people that knows him very closely, and they always talk great things about him. You can tell how they coach, what they are trying to do. I think they've been very, very unfortunate in many games, not getting the results that they deserve. So, very tough game, for sure.
Thank you. We'll go to Ian from TalkSport.
Hi Mikel, how are you?
Hello, good, thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
You say that Saka's going to be out for many weeks. Is there a fear he might not come back at the end of the season?
No.
So he'll definitely be back for the end of the season?
Definitely in football and with injuries, I wouldn't put my 10 fingers there, but I would be very optimistic that he's going to be well back before the end of the season.
He's not a player that is used to not playing football. He's not a player that's used to being injured for long periods of time. How difficult is it going to be for him to come to terms with not playing, as well as you come to terms with not having him available to play?
Another part of the development of a player. At some stage at this level, you're going to get injured. Unfortunately, badly. It could have been much worse. It can be something else that can take you out for a year. is how you react to that, how you overcome that situation. And it's a great learning process for him as well. I take it this way. It is what it is. He's injured. We cannot change it. How are we going to use this time now to help him for the following years in his career?
5 more goals at Selhurst Park on Saturday. A record number of times you scored 5 goals or more in the Premier League away from home this season. In terms of the goal scoring, it's something which you seem to have solved. Everyone wonders where your goals come from. I've even said to you that you need to go and buy a number 9. And yet you always said no, and now you're proving it.
Yeah, but nobody's right. You are saying that, and you might be right because somebody comes in and scores 40 goals. But what we have is what we have. I'm really happy with the players that we have. They fully try to do everything that we demand them for, and we have enough quality in the squad for sure. How we use it, that's something else. And then players, the squads, team, they have moments, and when we have those good moments, make sure we continue. When we haven't got them, trying the clues and understand what we can do to be better.
And because obviously you've got to try and catch Liverpool, we saw what they did at Spurs. You're expected to beat Ipswich because you're near the top and they're near the bottom. More pressure on you coming into this game?
Well, obviously the margins are not big, and especially with the results that they are having consistently, is putting the bar very high again, which we expected. So we need to raise it again and be very consistent, continue to play the way we are continuing, winning, and wait.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
We'll go to Alex from the BBC.
Hi.
Miguel, how would you challenge the players to step up in Bukayo Saka's absence? Because since you've been in charge, he's got, by some distance, quite the most goals and assists.
I'm putting some ideas together. I haven't got there yet, but I have a few, and then I want to speak with them as well to understand how we're going to generate that and take it in a positive way, because that's going to mean that we're going to be different. We went through the period with Martin. We went through the period with 5-6 defenders missing. We went through the period without many other players, and we will continue to do that, finding ways and taking it with positive energy. That's it.
And on Saturday, you scored 5 goals. You've been criticised, or your side has been criticised for not scoring from open play. You played Kai Havertz and Gabriel Jesus, but do you have to try and find a balance now going forward between that solidity your team is well known for and the free scoring you showed on Saturday?
Yeah, it's always about that. You know, when you cover something, you uncover something else. That's always the dilemma. We score goals when Kai was on the pitch. We score goals when Declan was on the pitch, which is a different profile. So is it related to the players? Is it related to the intentions of the team as individuals in certain moments of games? Confidence, it's a lot of aspects that plays a part.
Simon, Evening Standard.
Mikel, we
Hi.
talk a lot about the players in this period, but do you think for you as a coach, finding solutions without Martin, finding solutions without Bukayo, this period will make you a better coach?
I think so, yeah. And obviously we started the season with one of the thinnest squads in the Premier League. We knew that, you know. Okay, so what do we need then? We are the thinnest, what do we need? And really dig into that, you know, and make sure that we utilize every player in the best possible potential, everything. Everybody has to feel part of it. You need to rediscover players in different positions, relationships. It's a great one, honestly. It's a really good exercise, and the boys are willing to do anything we demand them to do, so that's a really good thing as well.
And just on January, in past windows, you've moved very quickly when you needed to. You've been quite agile. Obviously, you've lost Eddie there and Jason's come in. Do you still feel you've got that ability next month if you suddenly decide 2 weeks in, right, we need to do something?
Yes, the preparation is done, and we are ready if something happens. Obviously, we didn't predict a situation with Bukayo, obviously, and Raheem at the same time. We predicted more if something else happened, for example, in the defensive line. But the job is done, and then, okay, if something has to happen, we will be open. But the main focus is, okay, now how we subtract still a lot of potential that there is in this squad. Hi.
In your answer to Alex there, you listed all the different injury challenges you've had to deal with, and you said at the weekend that you weren't surprised with the fixture list, the amount of injuries in your club. It's not just Arsenal, it's across the league. Do you think that's a problem that sort of we need to look at as sort of footballing people in general, this fixture list, this season in particular, with even more games? Has that been a real issue that maybe we need to think about?
Yeah, but it's probably more the accumulation of seasons, you know. For example, Bukayo, Declan, they play over 130 games in 2 seasons. So what's going to happen in the second one, the third one, or the fourth one, if that continues the same way, probably is unsustainable, unless we find ways to, physically turn them into monsters, you know, that they can cope with anything. Because the fact that you train and recover is not a good pattern, because that means that you don't train. And the body needs to train, the muscle needs to train. If you just play and recover, you start to lose a lot of factors, a lot of qualities within your body in the physical aspect that are key to performance. And not just to play, not to get injured, but to become a better athlete, which is very different, and keep evolving as an athlete. And that's a challenge, but okay, we're trying to find ways to do it.
But do you think it's a case of maybe trying next season to have less games across the calendar, or maybe bigger
I don't think
squads?
that's going to happen, so I throw that through the window immediately,
What do
because
you think would work to make it more sustainable or something like that?
again, improve the athletes and have bigger squads. I don't think it's, at the moment, the other option. I don't see it on the table.
James, ESPN.
This conversation about player welfare, which we seem to have fairly consistently, I mean, do you think anyone in football is actually listening?
Listening, I hope they are listening. Is whoever is in charge can actually do something right now with the commitments that they're already in place in the next 3-4 seasons. Very challenging, very difficult, I think.
Because you're the most plugged in of all of us. I mean, do you get a sense that there is a desire to address this issue?
Yes, but there's always is the but. That is that but we have this competition in January. The other one is going to be in June. Then we have this one. Then we have the World Cup. This one have so yes, but so that means no.
And just on Bukayo, has he actually torn the muscle?
Yeah.
And was the injury? Do you think it was just bad luck, or do you, with hindsight, do you feel it was preventable anyway?
Probably there are ways to prevent the injury. It happened very early in the match, so the fatigue element is not that important. There are other factors. Obviously, we are looking at everything that we could have done better, differently, but there is a lot of incontrollables as well. The action produces so much force because it's the moment that he puts the cross in, so all the force is in the standing leg, and those actions happen in football. So I don't know.
Okay, last couple in the last section. James from Athletic.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
Obviously, you said you're going to look at internal solutions. I wondered what you made of Gabriel Martinelli's performance on the right-hand side against Crystal Palace. Could be an interesting option for you.
Yeah, well, that's the first one that we decided to go through, especially because he's played there before. I mean, he played the last game there against Everton in the last match of the season. He did really well. I think he did really well again the other day. He scored a goal, created an assist, and is a good option to have. We're going to have the options to play inverted footed as well if we need to, another kind of profile in relation to the opposition. So we are on it.
Yeah, and I suppose Raheem would have been the next in line. So who are the other candidates to step into that role? Gabriel Jesus, maybe even Ethan Ranieri?
Gabri's played there, Ethan is played there, Leo can play there in relation to how that unit moves. Kai can play there, asking him different things. So we will see, try, speak to them as well, and understand how they feel about it.
Okay, finally in the live section, Phil PA at the back.
Just on Bukayo, how did he react to the news? Presumably he'll be very disappointed.
He was gutted. You can tell that he's not been injured because he was really, really emotional. He was really down, and we need to lift him up because it's part of what we do. It's part of what he does. It's part of his job, big part of his job, and he will be fine. But I think he's going to need a few days.
It would be difficult to keep his spirits high, I guess, when he's out.
Well, he's going to immediately realize that he's so important in that dressing room. So his energy level, his body language, the way he communicates with the rest of the team has to be really, really good, because it's the only way at the moment that he can help. So he better do that well.